know that's something a lot of young people particularly don't want to hear. You can't spend your entire life freaked out about every little thing, like every little cause, every little thing that you are in favor of or against or something. If you spend your whole life and every ounce of your existence getting upset over everything and taking everything so seriously and taking life so seriously, it's a recipe for just burning yourself out. And I know it can be hard, like especially if you're passionate about certain issues or every issue or something, it can be really hard to feel like, well, I can't rest because this is going on and this problem is going on. You have to. Like, you have to find moments in your life, no matter how frustrated you are with anything that's going on in the world, socially, politically, anything, you have to find moments where you can actually like find some peace of mind. Like, you have to find some moments where you can relax and, dare I say, even find pleasure in life. You need some of those moments. If your whole life is just about being angry and ranting about things or freaking out about every little thing that's going on, and I realize that there's a lot going on in the world and there's plenty of things going on in the world to panic about, but you need to take moments to connect to nature, hug a loved one, play with your kids or play with your pets, or watch a comforting movie or TV show, whether it be something that's funny or just something that makes you feel comforted, or like sit down and have a nice meal with friends. An activity, a healthy activity that you find pleasure in. I'm not talking about sinking into like depression or anything, because if you're really stressed, it can be really easy to sink into one drink becomes a dozen or something like that. Like, I'm not talking about that, but like, you have to find some joys and pleasures in life, and you can't spend your whole life freaking out about every little thing. I know, especially when you're young, I feel like you want to take on the world and you want to save the world, and you want the world to be what you think it should be, and you have this idealized view of the world. And like, I know that feeling. I mean, I think most of us have been young at one point and know what that feeling is like. But oh, you have to find moments of joy and pleasure and comfort and safety, and like, you have to find those moments in life, because if you are constantly angry and constantly freaked out and constantly fighting over things and watching the news and getting stressed out and watching social media and fighting with people on social media, it's gonna burn you out. And I just, as somebody older who's been stressed out and anxious a lot of her life, things are never going to be perfect. Things are never going to be calm. There's always going to be problems in the world, and there's always going to be things to stress about. But you don't have to take on all the burdens and all the stress of the world yourself. I know sometimes it feels like that, but you don't. And you have to be able to find joy and pleasure and laughter, and you have to do that, or else you're just going to burn yourself out if you spend your whole life in, you know, anxiety and anger and frustration and sadness and stuff. Like, you need all of the human emotions in order to survive in the world. So